Hi everyone, welcome to budgeting and basic editing in spreadsheets in Google. A couple of things I want to show you first is just so you become familiar with what the arrows do. See the double-sided arrow? It makes a column wider or narrower. It also does the same for the rows. This column wider or narrower. On your document, if you want to play with something or create something, you can come over to the sheet 3 and you can play there. The formatting in this document, notice how there aren't any more columns in rows beyond a certain point. That's because I've uploaded this document, the original document, from an Excel document. I can show you how to do that in another tutorial. If I wanted to add additional columns, all I would have to do is just hit add. Oh, I added some sheets, sorry. I was showing you how to add other columns. I can insert one to the right, and there's a couple of other ways to do that, but I'm not going to do that right now. Let's get back to our formatting. I don't want to take too much of your time. Alright, we have our basic document here. This is the document you've opened, and we're going to do the following details. So column A, we want to be, well, in Excel it was 23 wide. I don't even know how wide we want it yet. Let's make it, let's make column A, let's see how wide that is. Notice how I just moved it over. We got the double-sided arrow. And I can go to resize column and it will tell me that was 143. Let's make that 145. And that was a right click on the top of the column and resize column. I can also hit the down arrow in the column. Columns are noted with letters. Rows are notated with numbers. And a cell, see here this column A, individual cells, this would be cell A1. This would be cell C9. So column A was going to be 145. I'm going to make that change right now to our document. 145. So column B and C I've already looked at. I know how wide I want to make them. I want to make them 96 pixels wide. I'm going to highlight column B and C. I'm putting my mouse right over the top of the column, clicking and dragging. I'm going to right click. I'm going to resize columns B and C, and I'm going to change that to 96 pixels. The fit to data just means it will automatically adjust your column width. For instance, in column A, if I wanted to automatically adjust my column width, notice this monthly available income. If I hit fit to data, it would automatically widen the column a little. I'm going to just move that back. I don't need that. Remember in your document to please pause the video and practice on your own. I know we're covering a lot of stuff here, but it's good to practice on your own. I'm going to column D. I want to be, let's make that 96 wide too. So notice you can do multiple columns, you can do a single column, and adjust the width as you like. The rows we are going to make 25 pixels high. Row 1 and 2 are going to be a little higher. Actually, let's make all the rows. Rows 1 through 17 are all going to be 25 pixels high. So I'm just going to select the one. Notice where you click though makes a difference. If I click here, it'll just highlight the cells A1 through A4. If I'm not in the right place, if I click here, it will select all the text in my document. So we have to be careful. I'm right over the one. I'm going to left click, and I just left clicked again and I just moved something. Well, we don't want that to happen. That's okay. Click off of it. Click on the cell just with the arrow. You don't want the hand. Well, you want the hand. You don't want to double click. I'm going to right click, resize those row heights, and I said 25. Let's make them 30. We'll make them a little wider, a little taller. Makes it easier to read. Now you remember when we were doing our tables in Word, we talked about how things should be formatted and what was right and what wasn't right. And in this document, let me just shrink my screen a little bit over here so we can see everything on the same page. Just a couple of things before we go. We want to make this nice and organized. So what we're going to do down here at the bottom is adjust the alignment. So we're going to merge. Notice these cells because this is actually our title. I'm not selecting the columns. I'm just in the middle of A1 and I'm dragging across. If I by chance grab this handle here, it's called the filled handle, it will copy my data across. I don't want that. I'm going to undo. I can also click, that double click. Oh, nope, it doesn't drag. I thought it did. In Excel it does. So we're going to go right in the middle of the cell, left click and drag, and we are going to merge those cells. Right next to the borders in the fill color, something called merge. I want to merge all. Now I want to center that text in the middle of the cell. Remember when we did the tables, we also want it smack dab in the middle of the cell. We want all of this to be right in the middle of the cell bar. So let's just do this while we're here. Because these are titles, we're going to keep some of them left aligned. We're going to move these two. We're going to cut them, A1 and B1. So we're going to left click, drag, right click, hit cut, then left click in B2, and then we hit paste. Notice it just moves both over. Please pause and try that for yourself, and then come back when you've gotten that done. Welcome back. Monthly expenses. What I'm going to do is I am going to merge. I'll wrap the text of monthly expenses right next to our vertical alignment up on the toolbar. I'm going to wrap that text. I'm going to adjust. I'm going to center that in the middle. And then I'm going to change, because these are sort of headings that I'm going to use, make them a little bolder. And I'm going to do the same with monthly income. I'm going to hold down my control key. I'm going to click on monthly available income, monthly expenses, total monthly expenses, and surplus. I'm holding down my control key, and that allows me to highlight separate cells. I'm going to bold those and make that 14 also. And that is all we need to know about basic editing. Please take your time, go back to the videos, pause and scroll, and thank you.